When we ring a bell, it means that somebody got the job. We're not a normal job shop. Cara helps people experiencing homelessness and poverty to get back to work. Our retention rating is over 20 points higher than national norms.
It's not just about, hey, can we help people get jobs? They're leaving with a new community and a support system.
You hear it in the people, you see it in our results. It's something that we don't want to keep for just ourselves. We want to bring our model to other cities.
We have this solution that we're sitting on. And if there's a way, if we could share it with other cities, then we absolutely should. Every morning, we have this ritual we call motivations. Sometimes you have to get up in front of people, do the thing that you're scared to death to do, speaking in public, and sure as hell singing. And when you do it in a community that is there for you, a transformation starts to happen in your belly. Cara is a series of boot camps and businesses that help people experiencing poverty get back to work. In Chicago, Cara will create or secure about 1,000 jobs per year. Our 1 year, same firm job retention rates are over 70%. That's 20 points higher than national norms. We focus on workplace competencies, time management, teamwork, professionalism, and then the socio-emotional skills. I call them the harder skills. Love, forgiveness, reconnect with your family, with your community. You understand it's not just about the skills you need to re-enter the workforce, it's also about the skills to navigate the noise of life. We realize that skills in a classroom is only one dimension of readiness for work. So we built social enterprises, for-profit businesses that employ the individuals in a transitional job with us before we place them in more permanent employment. We realized that was the missing ingredient. And then once people are placed, we stay with them for at least the first year of employment, but then for years beyond. And that focus on the totality of an individual is what makes us different. We don't just get jobs, but we keep them over the long term. Our method is working here in Chicago. How are we unleashing this method so more Americans around the country can get back to employment? And then something magical happened. We found a place that understood that it was doing everything but the jobs piece.
We do an excellent job of pulling you off the street, of learning who you are, meeting basic needs, going through counseling. We had no vocational training whatsoever.
And so we're investing heavily on the emotional, social, spiritual, physical side, and then you can't get a job, or you can't keep that job. So that's what led us to say, okay, we've got to take another look at this.
We want to go to those cities and say, hey, you're the experts. You know your community. Let's join forces and see what we can do together.
One thing that we've really tried to be intentional in doing is not to be prescriptive, but to really have guiding principles around which partners can follow. It enables them to innovate and adapt. Atlanta Mission wasn't going to have the social enterprise attached to their business to provide transitional employment. What we ended up doing is working with them for what they call service activities.
Now you're working in the kitchen every week. You get a scorecard on how you did against those 5 critical skills. We were integrating it into our program rather than setting up a standalone program.
So the real change of programs like this are only visible through people. You're like, yes, that's the magic of Cara right there. So I met this young woman, Natasha. She was stressed out about being there that morning because her kids were sick, and she had friends in the community that were rallying alongside her saying, you can do this, you can be there, you've got this. And I'm so excited to see what's possible for her journey, for her employment in the months and years to come.
I'm a firm believer that what we're doing is something that needs to be done in every city across the country.
You know, our goal here is to fuel a courageous national movement to eradicate relational and financial poverty. I want to do that.
As our participants often say, this is just the beginning.